Hi everybody, 5th of October, Sunday evening, almost 8 o'clock, and another day in my daily diaries of I'm dealing with the after effects of what the Parkinson's and dementia has done. I'll find the right wording for it one day, but that's basically it in a moment. So today's been a funny one again. As you're probably aware, it's been exactly a week now since Angie left, and it was a weird coincidence really, because the priest rang me this morning on a WhatsApp call. We spoke yesterday. I said, well, rather than me go all the way to him or him come this way, we'll just have a WhatsApp face-to-face call. Which I thought, he's more in the 21st century than I am, because I wouldn't have thought that. Anyway, so we had a good chat. We picked a couple of the hymns that was sang when he did the service when we lost our son back in 2014. So we picked them two hymns and another hymn what he suggested. I don't really know. I mean, I must admit I'm not such a practicing Catholic and a churchgoer, but Angie was. She'd go as often or whenever she could. Hence, the church service. It's really nice to hold this Father John Dale. Well, he's a Monsignor now, so he's not a priest. So he's, but he's doing it for us. I got in touch with him via my mum. So yeah, that's good of him. And coming back to the same church that he did our lad from, and the same church that we got married in. But he didn't marry us. But he mentioned the church. When was it? So 1984. He saw that would have been Father such a body. So so he knew. Anyway, we were chatting about things. I thought, he wants to know more about Angie, and so he can write down and say a few things. And then I'd mentioned about my great grandson Ainsley. How he wanted to carry his nan. So I've got him suited and booted to match us that are carrying Angie. But I'm in need of something for him to do. And he said what I was thinking. Well, I thought maybe Ainsley could carry the framed picture in behind us, that's going to be put on top of the coffin while the service is going on. And Father said, no, let him walk in front with me. So I've let his mum know, because she'll know. I think he'll be okay with that. But I'll let his mum make the decision whether she thinks he can walk in front or whether he wants to walk immediately behind us, carrying it. But at least he's involved. At least he's involved, the lad, and then he can carry it back out again, to the hearse before it goes on its way. So yeah, I was pleased about that. And then they said the strange thing is, we were not on the phone for ages, and I kept glancing at the clock because I really wanted to go into the bedroom and be in the bedroom on my own at 1:15, because that's the time she took her last breath last Sunday. And the conversation finished at 11 minutes past. He said, right, Mike, I'll let you go now. I know you got things to do, da da da. So that was good. So of course put the phone down then and just went in the bedroom and had a chat and a weep, with Angie over the bed. So that turned out well. It turned out, bang on time, because I'd have been a bit disappointed. I couldn't have said to the priest, well, let me just cut you dry. I need to go, because I didn't think it had gone on as long as it did. Otherwise I would have said, Father, can I ring you back in a bit? You know, so it worked out well. It stopped my mind working overtime leading up to 1:15 as well, which is basically what I keep trying to do. I keep doing stuff to stop my mind just working overtime and sitting around starting to think. So it helped me that. It did, it help me. Then, what did I do then? Oh, I went out then, went out for a walk along the promenade. Really, really windy though, extremely windy. And I thought, I'm glad I didn't bring Angie out in this, because it really was. It was a cold, bitter wind as well, coming in off the sea. I sat in one of the sheltered places for a good half an hour. Just sat staring out to sea, just going over things in my head. Just thinking about stuff and, you know, the what ifs and whys, and then try to just, you know, start thinking about more positive stuff. Not the what ifs and, you know, the whys and why. Just started thinking of stuff, you know, that was good to think back on. You know, but I still can't get the old images from prior to sort of, you know, 2 years ago. I can't get them to the front of my mind. The only images I can keep thinking of is the images of her over the last few months and the way she looked, and the last sort of 12 months, you know, having to push her around and even deteriorating from that. Them's the images I keep automatically thinking of straight away when she comes to my mind. And I don't want that. I'm trying to do my best to try and turn them round, get them to the back of my head, and get the good pictures of her in my mind to the front. I suppose it'll happen. Keep pushing on it. I'll get there. I'll get there. I don't want them to be, you know, my first thoughts of them over all the time. Oh. I know. I saw my neighbour across the road. I know before I went out. The good neighbour who keeps bringing me food and stuff. She didn't know. I thought she wouldn't have known, because I thought she would definitely have posted a card through the letterbox at least. And I thought she might have seen the ambulance and the black ambulance last week, but she didn't know. So she was really shocked. And when I come in from my walk, I had a bite to eat and a coffee and all once I'd done my walk. She brought me a homemade vegetarian casserole, and her husband sent me a bottle of Jack Daniel's honey. That's his favourite tipple. So again, is that a sign? But yeah, a big homemade. I've just had some for my tea, and there's enough for 2 more yet. 2 more teas. So there are good people in this world. You just don't hear about them. You only ever hear the bad shit, don't you? Yeah. It's even like when I was out and I thought I'll go and get a bite to eat. I got a panini thing, and I've been in the cafe before. Used to go in on a Monday dinner actually. When Angie was at the day centre, I'd go to the gym, do my big walk, and get my cappuccino at the cafe, and I'd do my big walk. And usually about 2:30ish, I used to go in this same cafe and get a vegetarian Bombay panini with like a speciality sauce on it, and really nice. And of course, when I went in, so hi Mike, how are you doing? I've not seen you for a few weeks. So I said, well, you know, Angie's been in hospital, blah blah blah. You know, and unfortunately, I lost her last week. I am sorry, and, you know, condolences. You know, has she been ill? So I just breathed her up. I am sorry. You know, and then of course, my husband's not so good. he's in hospital, and you know you know they mean well, but this is what happens. It's people mean well. They send the condolences and that, but it sort of just goes in and straight out, doesn't it? Then they're talking about something else straight away. All right, her husband's, you know, the most important thing in her mind at the moment. If he's seriously ill as well, he's got kidney problems or something. But it's what's happening. You know, I've not told many people yet, and it's oh, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. How are you coping? I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're eating well. And then the conversation just flips onto some like normal conversation. And it's life, I know it's life, but you know, the world just keeps revolving. It doesn't stop, it's carrying on. Mine stopped for a while. My world hasn't carried on. You know, but the world and everybody else's life is still rolling on, and it's hard to catch up or to stay up with them. I can't in a minute. You know, so I'm even tempted just to not even mention it for a next, you know, few times people ask, how are you, mate? You all right? I might just say, yeah, I'm fine at the moment, thanks. You know, because I don't know. I don't know. I'll play it by ear next time everybody asks. Unless they specifically ask, you know, how's your wife? And I don't think anybody that I'm likely to come into contact with outside the family and that really going to ask me that. So I think I'll just stop bringing it up, and I won't get not frustrated, more like disappointed that I don't know how to explain it really, that you know my like, well, just the only way I can think is like my life at the moment stopped. My world's just stopped at the minute, you know, and I'm just staying on the world that everybody else is, you know, it's just carrying on. I mean, all these other people going out there that I don't know, you know, if they're in the same boat as me. They're walking up and down, you know, going in the cafes and walking on a promenade. They could be doing it for the same reason as I am at the moment. I don't know. And you don't, do you? People walking around, getting on with their own lives, and you just don't know what's going on in their heads and in their lives. But yeah, it's hard. It is. It's hard. I'm finding it hard at the minute. I'm strong enough, you know. But it's just. And I'm not the only one to have done this. You know, there's millions of people who've gone through this before me. You know, and I've gone through other things, but I've gone through a lot of things. But I don't think I've ever gone through something so sort of. I don't have the right word. So powerfully emotional as this. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. Right, so I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get off now. Got a thing I have to go on. I've got to speak to the funeral directors in the morning. But I've also got somebody coming picking that hospital rise and fall bed up tomorrow. So I'll wait till I get a text in the morning. I'm going to get a 4-hour slot. So unless it comes and they come in like between 2 and 6, then I'll try and get hold of the phone number. But other than that, I think I'm going to wait till they've been, and then tell the funeral director I'll come over after that. Because I'm going doing Angie's hair tomorrow. She should be ready for me, dressed. And I can go over and do her hair. I'll have to do that on my own. I will. I can't do that with anybody around me. That'll be a tough one to do. I'll do it. Of course I'll do it. I've told everybody else that nobody else is going to do it. You know, so I will do it. But it will be emotional. But I'm strong enough. I've booked my hotel. I booked my hotel for the nights, you know, leading up to over and the night after Angie's leaving do. Father, when I told Father that's what I was calling it, he liked that idea. He liked that idea. And that's what I'm calling it at all times now. So I've still got a lot to arrange as well yet. I've been online trying to get some printed little card things, you know, with a picture of Angie on, with a bit of wording on the back. So I might finish that off tomorrow. I think I've had enough on computer tonight. Then I'll have to go at some point this week, get the big picture and a nice frame, what Ainsley's going to be carrying, you know, to go on top of the coffin, and get the music arranged for speakers. I've got to speak to the funeral director because I get our song played at the graveside. Right, it's been a long one, and I'm going to make myself a brew, I think, first. Sit down for 10 minutes and then get my shower and chill out. I might try and watch a bit of telly tonight, but whether I do or not, I don't know. I haven't watched any telly at all week. I think I've only put it on twice and not watched it. I've either been on my phone or just, you know, you just look at something, but they could be talking in, you know, Swahili, and I wouldn't have noticed what was going on. So I don't know. I'll try. I'll see what's on. See if I can watch something tonight. But right, okay. Thanks for listening. I'm gonna get off now, and I'll hopefully do another one tomorrow. Thanks for your comments again, and your condolence wishes and so on and so on. Much appreciated. I keep reading them all. So keep them coming, please, and even share these videos, because I'm having a few videos now, you know, saying that even this is starting to help people. You know, so it's helping me. This talking therapy, I keep calling it. You know, so I'm glad it's helping others as well. Now I know the other side was, you know, I've even got one today off a lady who's just been newly diagnosed with Parkinson's, and her hubby's not really accepting it yet. You know, so there's a lot out there. There's a lot of it out there, and it's if only. I'm thinking of doing a walk for Parkinson's as well. I'm going to look into that just to try and raise some money. And it give me something to focus on as well. After Angie's leaving dues, you know, finished and gone, and then everybody goes back to their own lives, and I become like a second thought then, don't I? So that's when I'm going to be sort of left out on a limb, really, because I won't phone people up, you know, just you know, so immediate family won't, you know, obviously, but so if I can get something like that organised, at least it'll give me something to focus on and go out walking and raise some money at the same time. But I'll keep you informed. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. All right, I've said it once, so I'm going to get off now. It's an extremely long one, this, and I'll, like I said, hopefully I'll do another one tomorrow. So if not, you know, just bear with me. It's because I'm, you know, an upset day, a long day, or because I'll have been doing Angie's hair, I might not feel like, you know, so if I don't do one tomorrow, I'll get one done probably the day after, but bear with me. So once again, thanks for listening, and you take care now. Bye.